were to ask someone to name a movie monster, you would get one of two answers, Godzilla or King Kong. But if you were to ask them if they've ever seen a King Kong film, most would probably say the Peter Jackson remake, or deny ever seeing a King Kong film at all. But the truth is, the film goes far beyond just the remake, with 8 entire films, not including the countless animated versions. But today we aren't focusing on the sequels. We're going to focus on the original 1933 classic. Today, I'm here to tell you the story of the production of one of the most significant films of all time, and how it forever changed how films were made. Merian C. Cooper had always had a fascination for gorillas, ever since he was gifted the book Explorations and Adventures in Equatorial Africa, which had many stories of explorer Paul du Chaillu's encounters with the wildlife of Africa. Cooper was intrigued by the stories of the gorillas and how they were described as kings of the African forest by the native people. Cooper became sort of an explorer in his 30s, alongside his partner Ernest B. Schoedsack. On these expeditions that they embarked on, they would film the wildlife they found. Cooper and Ernest were mainly known for their sometimes illegitimate documentaries, such as Chang, A Drama of the Wilderness, and Rango. No, not that one. These films often involved many creatures, such as tigers, lizards, and most importantly, apes. On one of his journeys, Cooper had an interaction with a family of baboons. This encounter sparked his interest in making a picture about an ape. Cooper went to RKO Pictures to sell his idea and went to work on the story. It was decided that Cooper and his old partner Schoedsack would direct the film, with Schoedsack's wife, Ruth Rose, writing the film. Ruth wrote the story to be heavily based upon the expeditions her husband would go on, and as a result, the film is autobiographical in a sense. Cooper decided to hire Willis O'Brien, the creator of modern stop motion, to create a puppet for Kong. Willis O'Brien worked with Marcel Delgado to make and film the puppets for the film, some of which were created for his canceled film Creation. The King Kong puppet was a ball and socket endoskeleton, filled with cotton and covered by a rabbit pelt. They even outfitted the puppet with an inflatable torso to simulate breathing. King Kong was filmed on mostly sets, with only one shot of the beach of Skull Island being filmed in San Pedro, LA. To create the effect of the actors being in the same space as the creatures, they would have them stand in front of a translucent screen with the footage being projected behind them. Once filming wrapped, the film was set to be released April 7th in 1933 to all American audiences. It became a smash hit and grossed over $10 million internationally, becoming the highest grossing film of 1933. The success of the film caused the actors involved to skyrocket in the fame, and for it to have a forever lasting impact on pop culture. Ever since the release of the first film, we've gotten many incarnations of the character, and it's kind of hard to keep track. In some versions, he's a robot. In some versions, he's fighting Godzilla. But there's nothing that comes close to the original film. The original film's influence has stretched a long way. Countless merchandise has been made about the character, like action figures, novels, and comic books. Many films have been made to cash in on the success of the character, like Queen Kong, or Ape, or Konga. But nothing will come close to the original's success and influence, and how monumental it was for the film industry. It's clear that this film has been wowing people for years, but let's see how many people have actually given it a look. Now that we know how the original film has impacted the world of pop culture, let's see how many people have actually seen it. I've conducted a survey with about 10 people to find out this fact. If you look at the screen now, you'll see a pie chart that shows 80% of the people that I have interviewed have seen a King Kong film, while 20% haven't, which is a pretty telling sign how prevalent this character is in pop culture. This next slide that you will see shows people's opinion on the franchise itself, which shows most of the people I interviewed enjoyed each film they saw. The last pie chart I will show you is the most important, as it shows which films people have actually seen. Someone with a keen eye may see that the original film is nowhere to be found among this chart, the only semblance of its existence being the 2 remakes made of it. This shows how underrepresented the film actually is compared to its counterparts. While being a very popular film, many people opt to watch the 2005 remake than the original, but in my opinion, I find the original to be far more influential than the remake could ever aspire to be. On the history, impact, and influence that the 1933 King Kong has had. I hope you have enjoyed this as much as I have, and learned a little more about a classic film. Have a good day, everyone, and I'll see you later.
Well, Denham, the airplanes got him.
Oh, no. It wasn't the airplanes. It was Beauty killed the beast.